yeah, if I don't show up. And that's the only way I can lose. And believe me, I will be there.
This is Daryl, Too Sweet Coley, 38-2, 28 knockouts, former #1 welterweight in the world, on the neutral corner with Jerry Sosa.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit.
And welcome. Hello. How is everybody doing tonight? That is my producer, Blaze Man. Those that don't see him, you can see him tonight. He's right there. So tonight's show is going to be a little unique. We are going to talk about the West Point cadets coming from New York, coming to Fall River, Massachusetts. And let me fix my camera here. I love live TV. I love live TV, live whatever, live anything. I love it. It gets crazy sometimes. It gets hectic. But we're going to talk about the West Point cadets coming to Fall River from New York City, taking on the Golden Gloves from Southern New England fighters, guys that have fought. And this is going to be a great show. November 19th. We'll get all that information and we'll talk about it. And it's going to be a great show. So before I get into that, I wanted to discuss Mikey Gudrow's fundraiser dinner tomorrow night. It's at the Italian Progressive Club, 5 p.m. They're going to have a 50-50 raffle, a couple of T-shirts in the raffle, pulled pork, meatballs, subs, lasagna, chicken Mozambique, mac and cheese, chorizo and peppers, pies, cake, music, and more. Well, that sounds like a good time. Let's get out and support the local young man. I will be there. The wife will be there. We're going to go and support Michael and enjoy ourselves. So that's tomorrow night, 5 p.m. at the Italian Progressive Club. There's going to be a 50-50 raffle, a couple of T-shirts in the raffle, pulled pork, meatball subs, lasagna, chicken Mozambique, mac and cheese, chorizo and peppers, pies, cake, music, and more. It's going to sound like a fun night, and it's all to help Michael get to where he needs to get, and then all this money is paying for gas, hotel, food, and it's great to get out there and support a local fighter. So with that being said, hope to see you all there tomorrow night, and let's support Mikey Gudrow. He's a great kid putting in a lot of work. So I wanted to have a show tonight, and I wanted to discuss the West Point cadets. And I said to myself, it's at the PAL in Fall River, Massachusetts, right? And I says, who can I have on to discuss this great event that's going to happen? I'm telling you right now, this is going to be an event you're not going to want to miss. West Point cadets, they're no joke. They take it serious, and they're going to be taking on some really good local talent here in Fall River, Massachusetts. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the history and some of the stories at the PAL, because I feel it's a very important place here in Fall River. It's a staple in our community. One of the greatest trainers in this area was Libby Medeiros at the time, and still today at the PAL. So I says, well, let me bring on the man that's putting on the event, Paul Morissette. So we're going to have him. But then I says, who else can we bring on? Who else can we bring on that's got some great memories, some great stories of the PAL? So I says, Ray Oliveira. We had Ray on. Shruker Ray Oliveira. We had him on before. It was a great show. And I said, well, let me reach out to him and see if he wants to do another show. So I reached out to Ray, and Ray was like, sure, let's do it. I love that. And I want to thank Ray so much for willing to do another show. And look, so let's do this. Let's bring up Paul and Ray, and thank you guys for coming on tonight. There's Paul. There's Ray. Here we go.
Hey, Ray. I miss you.
Here we go. Awesome stuff. It's
hey, Ray, are there any stories we can tell, really, that we're allowed to?
Yeah. My secrets.
So I just want to take a moment thanking both you gentlemen for coming on. Ray, for another time coming on short notice, and you were more than willing to come on and discuss some of the great memories you had at the in your amateur career at the PAL. Paul, thank you for coming on. We're going to talk about the West Point Cadets. So let's talk about the event that's happening November 19th at the Police Athletic League here in Fall River, Massachusetts on 31 Franklin Street. Kids under 12 are free as long as they're accompanied by a parent. So talk about how this show came about and the idea and how you reached out to make this show happen.
Well, originally what happened is I found out that the West Point Cadets were boxing in the Western New England Golden Gloves, not advancing, however. They could only fight novice fighters, not fighting open fighters, and they were not allowed to go on into the Golden Gloves, but it was good work for them. And I said, wow, I didn't realize they could do that. So I found out the coach is an ex-boxer of ours, ex-Southern New England Golden Glove, New England Golden Glover, Jerry Hart. And he did his West Point. He did 20 years in the service, and he's now the coach of the national champion team. And he's got a mindset that they've never had before. He wants to box his kids. He's not worried about anything. They're in shape. They're tough. We're going to fight. And that's the attitude. And when I got to talking to him, he said he would love to do this for Libby Medeiros and myself. And, of course, to help the PAL, which he trained out of for many years, free of cost.
So his name is Jerry. Now, was he, and we got pictures going of the West Point Cadets. He was a Golden Glove winner, right? Did he win the Golden Gloves?
He won the Southerns and the New Englands.
Wow.
Went to the Nationals. And if you got a moment, I'll give you a little story on him.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
He is a twin. Okay, him and his twin brother, Chris. They both won. Chris went on to get accepted. They both got accepted to West Point, but Chris went in. Jerry was not allowed because he failed. He had some kind of an astigmatism in his eye. So he came back and boxed in '88, won the Southerns, won the New Englands, went to the Nationals, and fought a couple other national ranked boxers. Well, West Point people, I guess the doctors or whatever, said, you know what? If he's good enough to do that, he's good enough to get into West Point. They accepted him. It's all, 20 years, lieutenant colonel, and now he's the coach, because he was never allowed to box at West Point.
So the West Point, the West Point Cadets, that's part of the Army. Is that what that is? What is that about?
West Point is the university that they go to become officers. You have to be appointed. You're allowed, I believe it's 2 per state, or 2 per senator and 2 per state rep. I'm not sure. But it's very, very difficult to get into West Point. I mean, it's quite an honor. And to graduate, even better. It's tougher.
Yeah. So is boxing a requirement for that program?
Yes. Not on the boxing team, but they must box. Hey, you're going to be an officer. You're going to maybe have to fight hand-to-hand combat. You don't know anymore.
Right, no, absolutely. That brings me to another point that I don't want to forget, and I wanted to talk to Ray about this in our last interview.
Wait a minute. I got to get up here. Wait a minute. Here we go.
Are me and Ray getting a shirt like that? Is Ray?
I don't know. I got an extra large for Ray.
Well, I'm an extra large. What are you saying?
Well, there we go.
That's a nice shirt. So this has happened
when he was a little 112-pounder.
So, Paul, before we get into that, the West Point Cadet, the show going on at the PAL, how can people get tickets? How much are the tickets? Are we still accepting sponsors? How does that go? So let's first start. If somebody wanted to go to this event and wanted to watch these fights, how do they get tickets? What are they going to do?
All right. Call my number, which is on the poster there. It's 508-491-6151. I'll take your credit card information, mail you the tickets. That way there's no lines. You're not at the show. You're guaranteed a seat, because every seat that we have is numbered. It's your seat. It's not first come, first serve. It's all reserved seating. And as far as the sponsorships, we do have a few left. I think we got, I think, 14 bouts, so we're looking for only 14 sponsors, and we're almost there. So that's gone over great. It was a great way to go.
Now, if somebody wanted to sponsor, is that the same way they can get in touch with you by your phone number, or email?
Absolutely, yes.
So
The sponsorship is like they'll get 2 tickets to the show, complimentary. They'll get a bout named after them. They will get to go in the ring, make the presentations of the trophies, get their pictures taken, and I'm hoping I can send them all a tape of the show after when I get my videographer.
Wow.
Going. So, but you know, it's great. It's new. We've never really done that in the past. You know,
and this is kind of right after this. You're going to kind of get set up for the Golden Gloves.
Exactly. In fact, I'm usually working on the gloves by now. But I haven't been this excited about a show in years. You know, I've done the gloves year after year after year. You know, doing your sleep.
So, and but let's say this, FFN Radio Network will be there live. We're gonna go. We're gonna be taking pictures. We're gonna have live setup. We're gonna do some interviews with some of the fighters and things like that, which I think is gonna be really good for the viewing audience. We're not gonna look. If you want to see the fight, you're gonna have to buy tickets. But we will be live doing interviews with some of the fighters, doing interviews with some of the sponsors. I know I'm proud that my brother-in-law has sponsored 2 weight classes, and that's great. So if you want to get involved, Paul Morissette, his phone number's on there. If you want to sponsor, what does a sponsorship cost?
$250.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
No, we're not looking to get rich on this. You know, we must want to pay the expenses. By the way, I didn't get a chance to tell you the cadets are all going to be up on a 3rd floor basketball court, and they'll all be available for you.
Okay.
If you want to go up and interview with them or take your cameras or whatever, they said they would cooperate with everything you want.
That is so nice.
I'm telling you, this coach he's like unbelievably. And okay, Paul. Yeah, and they're looking forward to it. You know, he's telling me the same. It's a reunion for him.
Absolutely. So he's coming back to Fall River where he and the same building, right? Was that the same building he won the Golden Glove?
No.
Was that Lincoln Park?
Yeah, I think we're still at Lincoln Park.
Yeah. So
and I know he won it in 1988 is when he won everything, because I just managed to dig up an old CD I've got. It was transferred from video, and I've got it on tape of him. So I threatened them. I said, I'm going to send it to your fighters and see. They can sit around and laugh at you.
So Ray, do you got anything?
They just got cut out Ray over here.
Ray, I want to hear from Ray because I had him on the show. We're going to talk about your relationship and the history at the PAL. But Ray, you know, amateur boxing, West Point cadets out of New York coming to Fall River. What do you think? What are you thinking on this event?
Great thing. I mean, I remember I fought them back in my amateur days. It was me, John Scully, team. We went and fought them somewheres before. I forgot where it was, and it was a great opportunity. First three or four fights we lost. We got our butt next. So I looked at everybody in the back room. I said, look, guys, I ain't letting these cadets come down here there, and I'll be the one to start it off and whoop everyone. So I went and won, and after that, we won every fight after that.
Wow. It would be nice. It'd be nice to have someone maybe go and motivate some of the Golden Glove guys that we have in our area. They may need to hear that from someone that's experienced and been through it and be like, hey, listen, man, there's nothing to be nervous about. A lot of these young people, you know, Ray, you would know more because you fought for a world title. You've been at the top of the game. How nerve-wracking it can be, and you could give some good advice. I mean, you're very schooled in the game. You know the game very well. And I don't want to call it a game. It's a sport. It's boxing. You don't play it like you play basketball, football, and baseball, hockey, and all those other sports. Right? So I think it would be a great opportunity. Right. If Paul could make that happen, I mean, you know, Ray, come down and talk to some of these young guys. I think that would be great because I'm very excited about this event going on November 19th at the PAL, man. I think it's going to be exciting. Like Ray said, he had an opportunity to compete with these guys. And looking at some of the pictures, now remind you, this is military. This is military. And I'll tell you what, look at this. I can guarantee you they're going to be ready. So if you got fighters coming into this event, this is going to be something different than they're probably used to, because these guys have done their jump rope and their road work, their cardio, their spot. They're prepared. They're prepared. So I hope, you know, the fighters that are coming in are prepared, because it's not going to be a cakewalk. I don't think it's going to be exciting.
Ray, by the way, I didn't invite you because you were supposed to have a boxer on my card. So, you know, I'd love to have you come up and talk to these young men and ladies.
There you go, Ray. There you go.
I mean, I didn't invite him because he's there all the time with his fighters, and he has someone. And for one reason or another, he had to pull her out. That's okay. But I want to make sure Ray's going to be there. I mean, I know there's a pro card and there's an amateur card down the other end of the, you know, in Rhode Island, and maybe you're hooked up.
I am working the pro card that day. I am a commentator for them.
Wow.
But I was trying to find the hours, and hopefully I wanted to stop by just to say hi to our fighters and hi to Jerry, because I remember training with Jerry at the PAL. And Paul, he didn't fight at Leakin Park. He fought at the PAL. Was the last one to
did
fight.
You really?
I was my first year. My first year was the last year.
Even I forget.
And then after that was all, and I'm much older than Jerry. So PAL.
Okay.
Wow, so he's coming back to the place where he won the Golden Glove. That's going to be amazing for me. I'm wondering if that's going to bring back some, you know, some good memories and some vibes. So, Ray, you're going to be commentating the pro card. Paul, when does the doors open? When does the fight start?
Doors open at 5:30. Fight starts at 7. I think it's the same time as Ray's going to be on the air.
Yeah, it is.
Competing against me again, Ray. Oh, boy, you
Ray,
were.
If you had
I got to tell you, we've been competing. I don't know. How old were you when I went out there down a boys' club and thought I could beat you in basketball? You must have, what, 15 maybe? I was like, come on.
You guys go way back in history.
You were only 11 and you blocked my jump shots. Oh,
yeah. Paul had a jump shot.
Oh, hey, I ran off about 6 points in a row on him, right? I'm getting cocky. All of a sudden, he puts the blanket on me, man. He's blocking everything. But I really didn't know you were only 11.
So Ray, let me just go to Ray real quick, Paul. So obviously you got something else going on. You're probably not going to make it there. If you had an opportunity right now, if maybe some of the younger fighters are listening, and I know this video will get shared, what would, you know, you had fought the cadets before at your time. So what are some of the advice you'd give these younger fighters going in that may be a little nervous, a little concerned and stuff like that? What's some of the advice you'd give them?
I would just tell them right out and
have fun.
You know, look, guys, we all weigh in. We all got 2 arms, we all got 2 legs, and one. There is no different from them to us. The only thing difference is they're military and we're civilians. But we're both fighters. Would be the one who did what they had to do in the gym. If you did everything you had to do in that gym, you know you won already. And have some fun is what I tell everybody. Go out there, make it business. Go out there and have some fun and do your best. Win or lose, you're still a champion.
Absolutely. Good.
No losers out there.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Those are the highest 4 stairs you're going to climb in your life.
Oh, yeah. I remember running those stairs. I remember
those 4 little stairs going into the ring.
Yeah.
Separates the men and the ladies from the boys and girls.
You ever have to run those stairs, Ray? The PAL stairs.
Jerry LaFlamme had with a heavy on my shoulders, 6 rounds, up and down with carrying a heavy bag.
Jerry LaFlamme, man, what a guy! He's up to Cape now. Great guy, man. Great fighter. Great memories.
He will be at ringside. He ordered tickets.
Jerry will be there.
Oh, Jerry will be there. He ordered some already. Oh yeah, he killed Ray. That's when Ray was doing 2-a-days, right?
Yep.
Isn't that it, Ray? That's when you were getting big time ready. 2-a-days. Jerry killed him in the morning and we kill him at night.
Yep. I had to go there and meet Jerry.
You know. Go ahead. Finish, Ray. Go ahead.
I had to meet Jerry early, come back and train with Libby. So I had those two crazy guys killing me.
And I used to sit back and laugh.
Yeah, no, I could imagine. So the PAL is really rich in history when it comes to boxing, and it's really a staple in our community in Fall River, Massachusetts. Because now you're gonna remember the New York, the West Point cadets are coming from New York, so I'm assuming they're gonna be staying at hotels. They're gonna have family members here, and so it's great. It's a great opportunity for our city to be on the stage also. And open our arms and be welcoming to the West Point cadets.
Yeah, they're staying. I know they're staying. I'm not sure where. I asked Jerry, and then we got cut off. But I know they're already booked wherever they're staying. And I'm trying to coordinate something with him that give them a chance to eat some of this local food.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm sure these kids have never tried Portuguese cooking before or Cape Verdean food. You know, we have such great food in this area. If they want seafood, forget it. We got the best.
Absolutely.
And, you know, if these kids are coming from all over the country, and I imagine a few might even be coming from foreign countries because we do accept them now. Yeah. You know, these are the best of the best, the smartest kids, the most, you know. And I called Jerry tonight. He said, Paul, I'm busy training my guys. I'll call you back.
Wow. Wow. So, look, man.
So they don't stop. And I asked him, I said, go ahead.
I just real quick. I want to get to this, and then we're gonna move on to some other things. But I'm looking at the fight card now. It's changed a little bit, right? So I know you got some guys from Wishes Gym, KO Boxing, Shelly Shalito's Way is gonna be there.
No.
So what's changed? So
Shelly's girl fractured her nose in sparring.
Ooh, okay.
Kiana Williams.
Yep.
She's out. Who was the other one you just mentioned?
You had somebody from Sean Carr from KO Boxing.
Okay, he's good. Oh, I know what it was. Mark Wish's young lady. It pulled out also.
All right. So what's it like when somebody pulls out? You got to scramble for opponents.
Absolutely. I've been doing it for so long. It's like, you know, I almost got a list saying, all right, I had 7 or 8 alternates lined up, and you know, because I know the fight game. Amateur boxing is just that way. They pull out for who knows what reason. There's a ton of reasons, you know. Ray, and he's getting disgusted.
That's why I left the fighters now.
Ray, did you really?
Honestly, Paul, I'm never going to leave the sport. Good to me. I am taking a break. Is what I'm not. If someone knocks
all right, got it. I'll let you take a break, but you can't quit. Nah,
no, absolutely
too much knowledge.
I'm not a
quitter. I got a grandson, Ray. I got a grandson.
You know, I always said that separates the champions is the smartest guy out there in that ring. The guy that knows how to use his head. Never mind his fist. I mean, that's great. And that's where Ray excels. He would watch and figure him out, and then he'd go work on him. You know, and he can't teach. I mean, it's in the brain. It's how smart you are. Yeah. You know, he comes from a family. His brother Ronaldo was a hell of a fighter too. Ray was a boxer.
He was okay.
Yeah, your brother. He was like the second best in the family, right, Ray? He was among the first two.
Second, third, he was.
Oh, you gotta be. Do you know what I mean? The ego I had to put up with for all those years. Oh my God.
Hey, it's a
absolutely, absolutely. So we got some changes in the card.
Yes.
What is? Do you have anything in front of you to touch on some of the changes?
Let's see. I don't know what I sent you originally, so it's going to be hard to tell you which. But I've added a 132-pound Serena Coles. She's going to be boxing on the card. She's filling in for the Mark Wish's girl.
Yeah.
We've added. I don't think you had Drew Yearden. Libby's going to be working him.
Okay.
Okay, that's 160.
Yep.
Let's see, Mike.
So
so pretty much we've only lost a couple and we replaced a couple.
Let me just mention some of the gyms that you got going and
okay.
And tell me. So you got On the Ropes.
They are selling tickets. I got a call from Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut for this girl.
Wow.
they're up to something like 50 tickets for this one guy. They got the main 3 rows completely taken.
Wow. And then you got punishment striking system, which is Aaron Bernardo, which is a
Right.
trainer and
He's got 4, I think. Yeah, he's got 4 on the card.
Yeah, he's real well. And then obviously Mike Alves.
Mike, yep, from PAL.
PAL.
Another one. His parents, his family from Somerset, they've been calling up, reserving, buying tickets. And so, you know, they can see the local flavor coming out. People are coming to see this.
And you got On Point.
Yeah. No, On Point.
Yeah.
No.
170.
That's me.
No. That was Ray.
Okay. That
was Jessica.
I apologize. And you got what I like about it is there's a lot of local gyms involved. And punishment striking system is one of them. I like Aaron. I love what he does with his guys. But there's another gym I really like is Love's Boxing. Love's Boxing and they're
brand new.
Yeah.
I watched Sadi box. He was a hell of an athlete in high school.
Right,
and saw him box. His first match was an exhibition. So he's a green fighter, but he's strong.'s an athlete. You can see that. Yeah. But he's he's green. I can get a couple of green ones.
It's a good card. It's going to be an entertaining night.
A little of everything. Females, males, small ones, big ones, boxers, bangers. But the thing that I wanted to do was make this the Southern New England team from my Golden Glove, from my territory. I didn't want to bring in guys from the West, and then I got 50 fighters if I wanted to, but these are my coaches. Damn it, I hold them tight. I love my coaches, my fighters. And I want to reward them in any way I can, give them an opportunity to get out there and coach against a team like West Point. It's something you can put on your resume. It's something different. You look back in 20 years and you go, hey, that general, my fighter kicked this butt.
What's really good about this, if you think about it, I think it's going to be a great experience for a lot of these local gyms to, people think, oh, we're boxing each other. But what boxing does is it brings these young people together. They become friends. They get to see a different side of boxing, people from outside the area. And I think that's great. So many times we talk about our youth and making our youth get active and involved. And I think this is going to be a great opportunity for that, to just see different types of people from New York. I think it's great, Paul. I think it's a great event. And how did you come up with saying to yourself, well, you know what? I want to get the West Point Cadets and I want to put this, what were you thinking when you made this show happen?
Well, I'm always thinking, what can I do to make it better? That's, right. That's what I'm always trying to come up with, something different maybe. But like I said, with the Cadets, it all seems to fall into place because of Jerry Hart. If I didn't know the coach, I don't think I would have dared to call. I mean, I never called the Air Force or.
When's the last time you've seen Jerry?
1988.
Wow. I want to get there's Sterling Vargas is commenting on the show, and he says FFN love the show. Hey Ray, can I get an autographed picture?
Definitely.
Yeah, how much? I used to manage him. How much? Come on.
Ray, you get a lot of fans. Now, I don't know, Sterling Vargas, if you could tell us where you're from and where you're listening, that would be great. We got another one. Mikey Gudrow, get us a fight and it will be better.
Oh, his father knows. Last night we lost, and the young man that beat Mikey up in New Hampshire was scheduled to box on the 12th up in Maine. Well, the young man that beat Mikey come up sick, so he pulled out. So when I heard that, I reached out to the guy he was supposed to fight. And I would have had him, but his coach is going to a wedding, and he won't let anybody else work his corner. I came that close.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a great night, a great event. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to. I'll be there taking pictures. You want to come out and see me? I'm nobody, but if you want to see me, it's too bad. Ray's going to be doing a pro thing, commentating. I want to see that.
Oh, hey, he's good.
Yeah, I want to see that.
him.
I can learn
Ever
from
since
Ray.
I coached him, he's been real.
Look. So let's ask this since I got your vote on. The first time, Ray, this question's to you. First time you met Paul, how old were you, and what has he helped you with in boxing?
First time I met Paul was he knew me since the JOs, since I was coming up in boxing. I used when it was at Leakin Park, and Paul used to run that. And my brother used to fight in that with his father. And I remember, going there, I entered and, watching the Golden Gloves and seeing Paul. And he hasn't changed. He's dear to the game. He wants everything for the fighters and trainers. He's a real go-getter in this what we need in boxing, and what I admire and want to do.
Let me ask you this: one great memory of Paul.
There's too many great memory, Paul.
Wow.
The greatest memory probably is when I got shot. Paul's went in the hospital. Showed me, and he didn't quit on me. Paul didn't quit on me. He doctor said I'll never walk again. Paul told him, "You don't know Ray. He's not a quitter." And when I wanted to come back, Paul wasn't one of those guys that said no. He said, "Okay, I got your back."
Wow. Paul,
I've had so much confidence in this young man. I can remember when we got ready to fight Charles Murray. I was told by the people at main events, the people in the know, that there's no way Ray can beat Charles Murray. I came home. I went to watch tape. I said, son of a bitch, there's no way Murray can beat Ray. And I got to take that fight. And nobody back here in New Bedford agreed. I was called, oh, you're just trying to grab money off of Ray. You're just taking advantage of Ray. And I'm going, Jesus, guys, this is the fight. If he wins this fight, he jumps right back in the fray again. This was the perfect fight. And like I said, I go back home. I put the tape in the machine. I watch the tape. And every time I see it, Ray's kicking his butt more. And then 2 weeks before the fight, Ray gets his nose broke.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I'm like, oh, shit. Well, we go to Atlantic City. I'm the only one in the crowd rooting for Ray. This is an all Charles Murray crowd. Second round, Ray gets hit right on the nose. I goes, well, let's see what happens. He shook his head and went after Murray. End of the story. I jumped up like a crazy man. He's going to beat you, Ray. He's going to win this fight. And he went on and destroyed Murray.
Paul was the only guy in the crowd
and everybody
rooting for me. I couldn't hear nobody else rooting for me but Paul. It's always good. You have not just a manager, not just a promoter, not just a trainer, but Paul's more like my uncle, who always had my back.
Wow.
And no matter what anyone said, like, hey, Ray, it's a tough fight, don't take. If Paul said don't take it, I didn't take it. But if Paul said, Ray, you're going to win, I took the fight. I always, Paul's family.
No, I knew what he had for talent. I could see it. Ray, how many world champions did you spar?
Tell us, Ray.
It's
I don't bet he can't tell you. Yeah.
I sparred everybody.
Either they were world champions like Vinny Paz and Joey Gamache, or they were about to be like Jose Rivera down in Worcester. And he's been in with so many people that he's ruined guys. I can remember a set of twins out of Canada that the Petronellis had. And these were the future. These were the next great stars. And we take Ray to spar him and he kicks their butt. He don't just beat him. He just literally ate him up for breakfast. And that's what he would do.
Let's just stop for a minute and take a comment. There's one that says Sterling Vargas. He's from New Bedford. I'm from New Bedford. I live in Tennessee for the last 10 years. And then he goes on to say, I remember when Ray went to my mother's benefit party, rest in peace, Michelle Vargas. I don't know if you can remember. I know it's a long time ago. But Sterling Vargas is a big fan of yours. He's living in Tennessee for the last 10 years. He's from New Bedford. He's the one that asked for an autograph picture. We'll see what we can do, Sterling, to get you that from Ray.
I'll definitely do that.
And FFN Radio Network and Ray, we're going to have a great relationship. You're going to see more of Ray on FFN Radio Network. And it's great for him to do this twice on short notice, Ray, right? Twice on short notice. Ray's like, yeah, no problem, let's do it. I'm like, oh, all right, great. You know what I mean? So,
he's going to be the future announcer. He's doing it now. He's getting his news. You know, where are they going to find the next great ones? Right from locals, guys like Ray. He's very knowledgeable. He's well spoken. He's a gentleman. I mean, hell, what more do you want out of an announcer?
So Ray, what we're saying to you, Ray, is don't retire from training, because there are a lot of young people up and coming that can use your knowledge and the what you know about boxing. So take a break from it, and if you want to focus on commentating and make that your new thing, but don't ever give up training young people. I think what you have is too important to hold on. You need to let that knowledge out. I mean, like Paul says, you sparred some of the greatest fighters of all time. Give me one story of who was the toughest person you sparred, if that makes any sense.
Honestly, the first time I got into the ring, honestly, I got, like I said, I felt the body. Well, I thought I was quitting.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then I came back the next day and I fell in love with it. You know, Mr. Vincent, God rest his soul, my first trainer in the Bedford Boys Club, he would throw us in the ring with anybody. It wasn't like nowadays how, you know, the guys the same weight, they're the same age, how the experience. Mr. V just said go in the ring. And it wasn't asking Mr. V those questions, it was just going in the ring. So I remember going in the ring with guys 16 years old, and I'm 11, they're bigger than me, and you survive. Was to put that long jab on myself. It's in the ring, so that's what I did, and that's what helped me be the person I am today.
Absolutely, and Paul, let me ask you this, because I know you got a lot of memories, and it's probably going to be hard for you also. But one of the most memorable moments you remember with Ray, whether it was driving somewhere, whether it was
yeah,
I know we talk. I don't want to give it away. I want you to talk about it.
All right. We're going to Maine. We're going to spot Joey Gamache, the champion of the world. We get out of Mass into New Hampshire. We cross into Maine. And Ray nonchalantly turns to me and says, oh, Paul, by the way, I got stabbed in the leg last night. I pull over. I say, what are you going to do? I got to go back. We're going to take you home when I got to spar. And he gets all pissed at me. He said, no, I'm sparring. I'm going there. So, all right, we go up. That night, he spars Joey Gamache 12 rounds.
Wow.
He opens up the stitches. The blood's running down his legs after about 5 or 6 rounds. And I'm telling Ray, come on, Ray, that's enough. Hey, I'm fine. I'm fine. Leave me alone. He did 12 rounds with a world champion, and he had been stabbed the night before.
Wow.
You know? And
they don't make them like Ray now. They don't make them like that.
Geez, no. And then the other thing, he's a rat. I used to work his corner up in Maine, and he never listened to me. He do it on purpose, I swear to God.
I never listened to anybody.
No. And I used to tell him, I had a whole lot to know. I used to say, throw that right hand. That was all I used to tell him. Bend your knees and throw your right hand. And he never would throw the right hand. One day he decides he's going to throw the right hand. He kicked the crap out of Gamache. The next 2 days later, we come back to spar. What's Gamache got? His coach, they got a blackboard set up, and they're counting every time Ray lands a right hand. Ray don't throw no right hands. Wow. I'm telling you, he did things like that that just drive me nuts.
I remember Joey Gamache when he fought Arturo Gotti, and Arturo Gotti just like knocked him. I thought he killed him, to be honest with you. was a 3-punch combat. I think it was a right uppercut, left hook, straight right hand, and he was just done. You know what I mean?
The
And
best
to think
cut man
Ray,
in the world right now.
who's that?
Gamache is one of the best cut men in the world.
Really?
He's a cut man. He's doing good. I mean, a fighter, but he's doing good as a cut man.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I mean that's
Hey,
fine.
he won a national championship as an amateur. He was on the same team with Mike Tyson.
When I tell people, I don't think much.
But before you
Come on, Ray, we're gonna argue.
No, hang on a second. Because I think in the amateur fight, amateurs and pros are different. And I think some guys mature more in the pros than they do in the amateurs. You could be a great amateur fighter, but when you get to the pros, that's a whole different ball game, right? Right? I mean, you can speak on that better than anybody.
Yeah, it definitely now. I love when somebody comes up to me and says, he's an amateur, I got a pro style. And I look at them and I tell them, suck. Whenever you're in amateurs and you haven't won a fight and someone goes, well, because I got a pro style, I tell them right off the bat, it means you suck. Name anyone. You don't get that many fighters in the amateur career that put a belt on. You can name 1 or 2. Well, there's 1,000 fighters in the world. You know, that you go to college first, basketball, you go to college first, football, college. You know, boxing, amateurs is the college background. And that's what we're losing. People like Paul, who puts on fights. We got fans who are putting on fights. We got fans who are becoming trainers. We got fans who are becoming pro fighters. We need more people who are dedicating themselves. I don't make a penny in boxing. I train people because I love the pro or amateur. All I say is pay the gym dues to the guy who runs the gym. It's not because I don't love this game. It's because now we have fans walking through our door wanting to be fighters, wanting to be trainers, wanting to be promoters. Be a fan.
Yeah.
No, Ray's right. They see it on television and they think it's, well, that looks, I can do that, you know, and they can't. And they don't want to work today, the kids. I'm sorry to say, but that's what I've learned.
I know.
Is they don't work as hard as like in Ray's day or before Ray. I mean, they used to get their butt busted. I mean, it was running the hills in Fall River. I watched 7 hills. You know, President Avenue. They leave the PAL, go down Main Street to the bottom of President Avenue, run all the way up to 7 hills, all the way back to the PAL. And there's Libby with a clock. Well, you know, you could have maybe knocked off 30 seconds, you know.
Yeah.
Guy just ran up 7 damn hills, but
and you still got to train.
You run up all those, and you run up all those hills. You do all that running, and then you got to run up all those stairs just to get to the gym.
Yeah, and that's why they were in shape. You know, I mean, we talked earlier about Ray having 2-a-days. I mean, I don't think he was in better shape in his life as he was for that fight. He was busting every day. And LaFlamme, oh my God, he was killing him. I'm not sure what the fighter was.
Honestly, yeah, he said 2-a-days.
Was it Padilla or?
But I used to ride my bike, not a motorcycle, a bicycle from Fairhaven to Fall River. Wow. Train with LaFlamme, running those stairs, doing my conditioning and strength, then ride back. Then my manager would drive me back to Libby to train that night. So it was 2 days in the gym, but how did nowadays fighters got these strength and condition coaches. Who the hell? Strength and condition coach? Get out of here.
Oh, that's right. You got a left leg conditioning coach and a right leg conditioning coach. Oh my God.
So and you know what? I think a lot of kids today, they go into the gym and they got the phone and their pictures and their selfies and their video. And you know, when I interviewed Bronco McCott, he told me once he went into the gym, the phone went into the bag and he shut it off, and that was it. There was no phone. And Bronco McCott was one of the greats. Ray, I think that's what's missing today is that dedication. A lot of the kids don't want to go through the process of what it takes to be a great, and that's sacrifice and dedication, blood, sweat, and tears. You have to be able to put that time in. If you want to get to that next level, you're going to have to sacrifice going out with friends, sacrifice birthday parties, graduations. It's not like that no more. Everybody wants to raise the belt. Everybody wants the belt, but nobody wants to put the work in. They don't want to go through the process. You have to enjoy that process just as much as you want to enjoy that prize. And that's what Ray did when he was driving a bicycle from Fairhaven to Fall River and doing 2-a-days. He went through the process. And that's why Ray's considered one of the greats of the sport. A lot of these kids today, yeah, you're great in the amateurs and you're great here and there. But once you get to the pros, you're fighting people from all over the world. It's a whole different ballgame. Ray, let me ask you this. What was one of the biggest things you remember when you transitioned from amateur to the pros that you noticed was different right off the bat?
That this is not a game. It's not for fun no more. It's business. And I don't mean business in the fact of I'm getting paid now. I mean the business as there's another person in another gym probably training harder than me who also has a family he got to feed and will do anything. See, that's what I tell my fighters. You go in that ring, don't do you're trying not to lose. I mean, you're trying not to lose, but do everything to win. I will hit you in the throat to win. I will trip you to win. Do what it takes to win. Don't try to lose. If you got to run, you got to run. If you got a like Paul said, I fought with a broken nose because I wanted to win. That was my chance to pull out. I could have pulled out of the fight. But no. And I tell fighters all the time, Ray Oliveira got stabbed, he fought. Ray Oliveira got shot, he fought. Ray Oliveira, 3 days before my fight, I fought. Had caught and Paul knows that. I fought. The only thing that was taking me out that ring, guy in front of me throwing punches. That's the only way you take that ring. Besides that, I'm fighting. Find an excuse.
Great. That made my job so much easier. I don't want to interrupt you. But I dealt with the television people. I dealt with Top Rank. I dealt with the Duvers. I was very fortunate that because of guys like Vinny Paz and Marvin Hagler being my friends and having worked with them, I got to know the top guys up there. And one of the things about Ray Oliveira was when he put his name on that contract, he's going to fight. You know, that's it. Come hell or high water, he's getting in that ring. They know that at 10 o'clock on Showtime, Ray will be there. And let me tell you, that's important. I found that out because he was like my first guy I really managed. I mean, with Ray, it was like a dream for me because I always said I had the ability to manage a boxer to the world championship. And he gave me that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, we were like, we needed each other.
Yeah.
I needed Ray. He needed me. You know, I mean, I would do anything for that guy at the time. It was ridiculous, but that's how I felt.
He goes here.
And he would do anything except listen to me in a ring. Except,
Ray didn't listen to nobody.
No.
Listen to nobody. I know what Ray
play
said.
another one. He didn't say.
And look, see, that's the thing, Ray, and I think that's what's missing. There's very few and far in between of young fighters today that are actually grinding in the gym, sweating in the gym, doing what they got to do to make it to that level. They want to. They're enjoying that process. I think it was Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, but I think it was Muhammad Ali that said this. I hated every day of working out, hated every minute in the gym, hated it, but I did it because I knew I wanted to be a world champion.
I say it to my fighters all the time. If you like me, I'm not doing my job. I want you to hate me in the gym, but love me when you win. Oh, I'm training with Ray because I love training with him. Then I'm not doing my job. I want you to leave this. It was your worst day in the gym, and tomorrow's going to be even worse. And when you come back the next day, I'm like, wow, that's somebody I want to train. Nowadays, fighters they want to go to the gym when they want to go to the gym. They want to train when they want to train. They want to do what they want to do. Nah, this is I'm the boss here. You do what I say.
Yeah.
It's like that.
And I think before you get to that, Paul, you might both agree on this. It's the days you don't feel like going to the gym. The days you don't feel like doing your road work. The days you don't feel like hitting that bag. The days you don't feel like, running. Those are the days you're going to get the most out of it. Those are the days that are going to make you who you are. Right?
Yes, exactly. I would say, when was your best day in the gym? And I always said this. My best day in the gym was when I didn't want to go there. Because when I didn't want to go there and I made myself go, I pushed myself even harder. And that's the days I was like, wow,
absolutely,
this was a good day. I didn't want to come.
Right. Good.
Yeah. And if you missed the day with Libby, he'd make you spar everybody in the house.
Well, I asked him to
I
let me
swear,
spar everybody.
Every fighter in his gym had to go 2 or 3 rounds with Ray. And when it was all over, they were hanging over the ropes, and Ray was laughing at them.
Because Ray
took out a whole gym.
And
didn't crack a sweat a little. He could bounce around, and you could throw punches all you want. And if he doesn't want you to hit you, he wasn't going to hit him. It was that simple.
Ray,
I got to say, Ray never ran.
So we're getting close to the time, Ray.
Yeah.
Again, Ray, thank you so much for coming on. I know you're busy. I want to have you on again. I want to hear about your commentating and what you thought of the fights that are coming up. And so, Ray, real quick, where are you going to be and where are you going to be commentating?
Well, I'm commentating for CES at Twin River. The pro fights. The main bout is Toka Khan. He just fought Davis.
Khan's back.
He's fighting PC lower belts. He's fighting 8 rounds. It's a great card. We have 8 total fights up there, up and coming fighters in New England. It's going to be a great show, just like the one that Paul's put on the PA. All the fighters, and Mr. B already said it, we would love to support that. But we happen to bounce heads. We're always there to support each other.
I'm sure there'll be other
I hate to say it, that whole card, they're all Southern New England Golden Glovers.
Wow.
All right, half the card, all the locals, and I hate to say this, but it is a hell of a card. It's competing against me, but I gotta honestly say, they've got some nice up and coming young talent on this card.
Sport needs.
I gotta talk to my boy Polino, Alejandro. Oh, this kicking fight. Sean Day, Matt Maynard, Toka. Well, he might be going on the other side. I don't know. But, Toka was a hell of a fighter, too. I mean, and they're all from the gloves. Every single one of them. They're like my family out there. I can't even go see them.
Absolutely. So I'm sure there'll be a time where Ray, maybe the Golden Gloves and stuff, Ray can come down and
I'm definitely going to be there for the Golden Gloves.
Ray.
Man, he's part of the family. He is never going to leave. He's got, he's got the Southern New England blood flowing.
Listen, the PAL, the Southern New England Golden Gloves ain't going nowhere. If I got something to do with it, I'm going to tell you right now that we're not letting that go. Too rich in history. Boxing's been in my family since the 40s. I'm sure Ray would be like, Southern New England Golden Gloves and that stuff's going to stay in the right hands with the right people, doing the best thing for the local fighters and having that here. Ray, again, thank you so much, sir, for being on again at short notice. We'll have you on again. Have a great night. And Paul, you want to say anything to Ray before he goes?
See you around, big guy.
Love you,
You're my
Paul.
champ.
Love you.
You got it. He's my nephew, baby.
Thank you so much.
Jerry, thank you also for having us on and plugging our show. And like I said, if you're a boxing fan, and even if you're not a boxing fan, you want to come out and have a good evening at the PAL at a reasonable price and not a bad seat in the house. It's a small place. You know, it's not like you're going to be 14 rows back. It's not that way.
Absolutely.
Okay, I did enough selling.
No, you did great, and I just want to thank both you gentlemen for coming on. Hey, West Point Cadets versus Golden Glove Fighters right here at 31 Franklin Street, Fall River, Massachusetts, the historic PAL. It's a night, an event that's not going to happen. West Point Cadets from New York. This is going to be a great event. Again, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on. Have a great night.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
So there you go, and I thought that was great. You know, Paul Morissette has been doing the boxing at the PAL and the Golden Gloves for a long time, and I've known Paul for many years, and it was just great having Paul on, having Ray on to talk about some of the memories they have at the PAL. It's too bad there's another card going on the 19th. Ray would be there. Thank you, Sterling Vargas, for joining in tonight and asking questions. But look, again, West Point Cadets versus Golden Glove Fighters from Southern New England. That is November 19th at the Police Athletic League. Kids under 12 with an adult are free. Tickets are $30. If you want to sponsor, if you want to get involved, Paul Morissette's number, you can call 508-491-6151. That's Paul Morissette's number. It's going to be a great night of boxing. It's going to be a great event. West Point Cadets is a military academy, rich in history, very well trained. This is going to be a show you're not going to want to miss. Once again, I do want to bring up Mikey Gudrow's fundraiser tomorrow night. All you can eat at the Italian Progressive Club at 5 p.m. tomorrow. 5 p.m. tomorrow, 50-50 raffle, couple of T-shirts in the raffle, pulled pork, meatball subs, lasagna, chicken Mozambique, mac and cheese, chorizo and peppers, pies, cake, music, and more. It's going to be a great night. Get out with the wife, get out with the girlfriend, get out with the kids. Come have a good time at the IPC Club, 5 o'clock, to raise money for Mikey Gudrow, a great kid doing great things. Another kid that puts in the work, sacrifices. That's what he's got to do. If he wants to make it to the next level, that's what he's got to do. He's doing that. He's got a great team behind him, a great support system within his family and friends and the community. And this is what it takes. It takes all of us to come together to help this young man out and show him that we appreciate the good things. Because, you know, nowadays it's so easy to do the wrong thing, to go out into the streets and get caught up in the wrong thing. I think boxing is a great sport for the youth to get involved in. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you to eat healthy and to focus. It's a great sport. The one thing I did want to touch on, and I haven't in the last 2 interviews, and I keep forgetting, is I want to talk about high school boxing. I think it's a great thing to have in the high schools. We can have the big three of boxing. We have Fall River, BMC Durfee High School, New Bedford High School, Brockton High School, even Taunton High School. You know, the first 2 years, no contact, learning the sport, learning to learn the technical part of the sport, how to, you know, foot movement, head movement, angles, throwing a jab, throwing the punches, all that good stuff. Your junior year, you're sparring, and then your senior year, you're competing within the big three. I think it's a conversation that needs to be had, a conversation that I would love to entertain with anyone. High school boxing is a must. I think it's great to for a lot of things, and it's a conversation that must be had. I want to reach out to a few people that want to have that conversation about high school boxing. It's great, and you know, I've known a lot of young people that have boxed, that were in high school, never got into a fight, never had a problem. You know, so look, if we could play football, soccer, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, you know, wrestling and all that stuff, we can have a boxing team, but it must be run USA Boxing Olympic style. Like I said, the first 2 years non-contact. I would love to see high school boxing start as an after-school program and see how many kids we got involved. It has to be ran right. Safety is the most important thing. But if anybody out there wants to entertain the conversation about high school boxing, please reach out to me. Reach out to FFN Radio Network. I want to thank everyone for joining in tonight. Share the video. of the show tonight, and let everybody know that tomorrow night, Mikey Gudrow's fundraiser, a lot of food, a lot of good time, a lot of music, and it's at the IPC Club here in Fall River, Massachusetts at 5 p.m. I will be there. So again, everybody, thank you so much for the show tonight. I want to thank Ray. I want to thank Paul. I want to thank my producer tonight, Blaze Man. This show doesn't happen with him behind the scenes, doing all the work, putting the pictures up and moving things around and reaching out to people and sending links to everyone. So, hey, total team effort. Thank you so much tonight. Another great show right here on the Neutral Corner. Have a great night, everybody.
Is there any way you can lose?
Yeah, if I don't show up. And that's the only way I can lose. And believe me, I will be there.
This is Daryl, Too Sweet Coley, 38-2, 28 knockouts, former #1 welterweight in the world, on the Neutral Corner with Jerry Sosa.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass. You won't do shit.